you all to stand for the prayer and the pledge.
Father in heaven, bless us as we gather today for this meeting. Guide our minds and hearts so that we will work for the good of our community. Teach us to be generous in our outlook, courageous in the face of difficulty, and wise in our decisions. Thy will be done. Amen.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to call this meeting of the Hancock County Commission to order Monday, December 16th, 10 a.m., 10:04 to be exact. Roll call.
Mr. President, all Hancock County Commissioners are present.
First agenda item is approval of the meeting minutes from November 26th. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor, signify aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Correspondence. We have a letter from the Refuge for Women. This is just to provide services. They're requesting funds. I'd like to make this a matter of record. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
And we also have a letter from the Montani Semper Liberi. I don't know if I said that right. It's the Music and Art at Oak Glen. I believe that will be their yearly concert that's coming up. Is there a motion to make this a matter of record?
So moved.
Do we need to take any action on this today? The festival is scheduled for March 2021-22.
Do we already have that in our budget that we usually do? Because that normally comes from the
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Recreation. So, I believe in the past we've done that for $5,000, I believe. Curious on here today. So, let's go ahead and just make that a matter of record if we can until the next meeting, then so we can double check with her finances.
Do we vote on that? All in
Motion
favor?
was made. Jeff made the motion.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. This is not on your agenda, but the governor of West Virginia has declared Christmas Eve a state holiday. I do have a copy here. I don't believe there's any need to read it, but if you guys would like a copy of it, we can provide it for you out front. And I'll make a motion to make this a matter of record that Christmas Eve is a state holiday and the courthouse will be closed. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. New business. We have a candidate for the Parks and Recreation Board.
We do.
We have one applicant.
Yes.
We don't have it
Show
here.
information in this packet.
Yeah. Bob, can you see if Ann has that information? And we'll move on past that. Item 2, consideration of approval to advertise the 2020 Board of Equalization dates. We've all had a chance to review these. We did make one adjustment from the original thing that Joe sent us. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. We have our holiday for the 2020 year. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. And we also have our 2020 commission meeting dates set up through the year. We've already made the change for Thanksgiving in November next year, and we have the Christmas changed also to December 21st, but as always, all dates and times are subject to change. Is there a motion to approve the commission meeting dates?
Move to approve.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration of approval to enter into a contractual agreement with the West Virginia Courthouse Facilities Improvement Authority. I believe this is for the elevator grant?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good to go?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
How's that pay go, Bob? Do you have the numbers with you?
I do not, but I believe that they're giving us 36,000 and we have to pay.
8 or 9?
Yeah, roughly around 9,000.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Uh, These next two are policy adjustments to our employee manual. Mr. Lucas, do you need to elaborate anything on these?
Just real quick, I'll just state what they are, give an overview. Direct deposit, most of the employees, I think, with the county received paychecks by direct deposit. There's a few hardcore, old school holdouts who remain unmentioned, who get it by paper check.
referring to me?
I think so.
But anyway, this just basically lays out that once you go to direct deposit, there's no going back. But and everybody will be direct deposit except for those ones who are currently receiving a paper check. They will be, so to speak, grandfathered into that policy. If they ever elect to go direct deposit, they will have to remain that way. That way, and the reason they do that is it's obviously it's easier bookkeeping for the county. Because if you have to keep going back and forth switching, it can get confusing and it can throw the numbers off and it gets a little unwieldy. The other thing with it too is that all expense reimbursements will continue to be paid by paper check as laid out in the amendment. I'll go ahead and address the second one, employee timesheets. This is just saying that the employee timesheets are to be turned in by department heads by the 15th day of the month following the applicable time period. That way timesheets are in order, timely, and the finance office and HR can basically get everything calculated properly in terms of time off, sick days, et cetera, et cetera. So that just lays that out to that amendment right there.
Okay. So the direct deposit policy for payroll, is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? One comment I'll make on that, how that direct deposit come about. We do have direct deposit, but it was only confined to one bank, and they wouldn't distribute it to the other bank. So we had people that did not use that bank couldn't get it. So this allows a service to be done to direct deposit any bank that the employee wishes to have their money deposited. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. The timesheet submittal deadline policy, the 15th of the following month.
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Office of Technology and Communication, consideration of approval to hire Ashley Stith as part-time dispatcher.
Move to approve.
Questions? Bob, has she met with payroll downstairs and base salary
No,
set?
not yet.
She'll do that before she starts? With her base rate agreed upon between you guys and payroll? So that there's no questions?
Right.
We're having some issues there, a couple different ones, so. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration to approve the November Animal Shelter In and Out Report. 201 animals in, 161 animals out.
Move to approve.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Sheriff, approval to hire records clerk.
I don't have a name to submit yet, should have in the next couple of days. I don't know where that stands, we'll probably have to wait for the next meeting. I was hoping to have an employee to hire by this meeting, but apparently not. So,
Would that employee be able to start before the current one leaves? Even if,
most likely not.
most likely not.
I'll have to negotiate with the prosecuting attorney's office to bring her back and forth on occasion to help train.
So there's nothing that we can do to help expedite that, possibly through a phone conference?
With
if you had a name before December 30th.
Oh,
I know we're
yeah.
trying to expedite this.
Yeah,
as
if I
soon
can,
as-
I can give you a name before December 30th, and if we could have a phone conference to vote and hire her, yes, that would help quite a bit.
You just need to set a meeting date for that. To make sure it's on the record.
Think about a date that you might be prepared, and we'll, when we get to the meetings, we'll write that on there.
Okay.
The reason this is in that situation, his clerk is gonna be leaving December 30th, and he was trying to get her broke in on a few days before she leaves. All right. Consideration to approve purchase emergency equipment and cab cover for the 2019 Dodge truck. Total cost of that is $11,726, and we already have that money budgeted from PRO Resources. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve?
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Consideration to approve the purchase of nasal naloxone kits, easier known as Narcan. These kits are $50 a piece, and the sheriff's looking at possibly 50 kits. These have a lifespan on them,
Yes, sir, they're
and the ones we have are expired.
expired. The last 2 years, we've been getting them from hospital as well as our local health department. They were able to get it through grants. Apparently, their grants have dried up, and if we're going to continue, then we'll need to make a decision whether to purchase or not. This is not something that's in my budget or that I have budgeted at all for. It's really a county health issue as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't fall within my budget.
Sheriff, do you have any Narcan that is not expired at this time?
I believe it may have all expired within the last month. I can't give you the dates, I'm sorry.
And we've exhausted, I know that we've discussed it, but you've pretty much exhausted all the avenues that you've used in the past to be able to get this in the form of a grant.
Yes, sir. We can't find any monies out there at all to help defray the cost of this particular product.
What's the estimated shelf life, a year?
1 year.
I'm not so sure buying 50 would be worth it down there if we can purchase it. I mean, there's no break whether you buy 10, 50, or 100, is there?
No, not really.
So I'd hate to buy it, and then we're gonna have to dispose of it if it expires before.
I mean, that's the way it happens, so. We would need to have a handful that we can have on station.
Does each
to be
cruiser
distributed.
carry Narcan?
It has, that's the way it was set up, whenever we had such a large supply to be able to pull from. I don't see any reason why we would have to keep it for each cruiser at this time, although you never know, an emergency situation, who's got in a cruiser, or to issue it for every shift and bring it back here. At the end of the shift, that can be done also. So,
Is it easy to obtain,
easy to obtain?
purchase it? I mean, if you put an order in today, can you
Yeah.
get it within a week?
I believe you can get it within a couple of weeks, yes.
You
sir.
have 4 different crews?
Yes, sir.
4 crews.
There's always a supervisor on each crew too, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it'd be better where we do something just per each supervisor that would be available.
That's logical. That wouldn't be a problem.
I move that we approve to purchase 12 instead of 50. And this way, each shift would have 3 Narcans with them. And in the event of an emergency, the next shift would still be able to have Narcan available. And we'll see how that goes. If need to, we can look at purchasing more. I hate to see us purchase 50 of these units, and it's great if we don't have to use it, but at the same time, it's costing the county $37.50, and they could be wasted. Because obviously, we have a lot of them now that we have to dispose of. My motion is to purchase 12 at a cost of $75 each.
Okay, and I'll make one comment on these. There's happy and sad things about this. Narcan can save a life, bring a person back. And then when you hear some of the stories that when they administer this Narcan, the person becomes violent with the officer that give them the Narcan. And it's been said that you could be out and do the same person 2-3 times in the same day. Like at 6 o'clock, come back at 10, the same person. It's a sad situation for society in general that you want to help and then you get berated for helping. And so,
It happens more times than you think.
so I'm with Commissioner Davis. I think 12 will be sufficient until more needed. So the motion is to purchase 12 Narcans. That'd be a total cost of $600. Will that come on our budget or your budget, sir?
It'll come off your budget.
Just ask.
I'm just telling.
I think the price is.
Purchase.
Yeah, it's more than that. I think it's $900. They're $75 a piece.
Oh, they're 75?
Yes.
Oh, we were quoted at 50. $50 a piece.
In the request here, it says 75, but yeah, in conversations that we did have there, we were told it's 50, but I'll move that it's in my motion to purchase 12 at the price of 75, up to $75.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. County Clerk, Valerie?
We just wanted to update the voter data policy. It's, we've been having more people, as the Freedom of Information Act, requesting the names and political affiliations of everyone that's running or the available voters, so we've just put together a new updated policy.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
All those in favor, or any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. While we're on the voting subject, we've talked about possibly moving the early voting due to the crowds. Might be something that you guys might want to start discussing.
Yeah, we
with
thought
us.
about, different places, and we've thrown it around a little bit, but we haven't really seriously got down to deciding on a place.
All right.
Mr. Barnaby, do you want to go back to A?
Yes, you have it.
Yes. The applicant's name is Carl Laughlin.
Carla?
Laughlin, Laughlin.
I move that we approve and appoint her to the Park and Recreation Board.
Carla was the only applicant that we've had in the last couple of weeks, and due to a death in the family, she wasn't able to make the interview. But we need to get a seat on this board filled quickly. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Thanks, Bob. I forgot. Okay, finance, probates and estates.
They have been reviewed and are recommended for approval as to form.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. 2 exoneration orders. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have no travel. General county bills? Mr. Vitus?
In the absence of Ms. Lascola, P-card payments were $41,358.86. Total county bills were $237,461.24.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Animal shelter levy fund bills and requisitions?
Okay to pay.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Library levy fund bills and requisitions?
They're okay to pay.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. And the Shelburne Workshop levy fund bills and requisitions?
They're okay to pay.
Motion to approve.
Move to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We have no callers. And good order. Mr. Lucas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Have a happy and safe one, and wish everybody the best.
Mr. Vitus.
I will reiterate that. Merry Christmas to everybody. Please be safe on the highways and everything. Keep the sheriff out of trouble.
Do you have anything from the, no? Tracy?
Thank you for the new part-time person again. Hopefully, we are on the path to starting to get more people and get them to stay. And I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year.
Okay. Sure.
Just to go back and wish everybody a safe, happy Christmas. And enjoy it with loved ones. Eat as much as you can, because after the 1st of January, we stop that stuff.
Valerie, update on George, at least?
George, I talked to him and he sounds really good. He was walking, I went to go to his house and he's walking without the walker now.
Good.
He should be released from the home therapy shortly and getting moving on with the other therapy. So
Good.
that's good on his. And thank the governor for making it a holiday. And just Merry Christmas to everyone.
Thank the governor too, but he
Mhm.
forgot to fund it.
He never does.
No. Commissioner Cowie.
I just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, and enjoy your season, have a safe season, enjoy your families.
Commissioner Davis.
The same. Merry Christmas to all. Let's enjoy our families and have patience during the holiday seasons.
And I'm the same way. Merry Christmas. In my native language, it's Buon Natal. And hope for a happy, safe, and blessed New Year. And for the commission and the courthouse, I hope we continue to do as we've done this past year. I would say it was a pretty doggone successful year. So, I don't think there's anything else.
I do have a question on the meeting that you were setting for the sheriff. Is that, our next meeting is the 30th, correct? Is that going to be able to take care of it at that time, or do we need to do that beforehand?
Your next meeting is the 30th for what, sir?
The 30th of December?
It's Monday after Christmas.
Might as well keep it on that date. Hopefully
be
I'll
okay
have
with that?
something for that. Yeah.
So our next meeting is December 30th. That meeting is scheduled for 9 a.m. Without any further business to come, I declare this meeting adjourned.